Now, NBC4 at 11.
Tonight, NBC4 is asking questions. It was announced today that no criminal charges will be filed in the fatal ride accident at the Ohio State Fair. The Ohio State Highway Patrol released a report detailing that investigation just 1 month after the Fireball ride broke apart. Good evening, everyone. We thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Colleen Marshall. It was a 60-page report, and it is shedding eye-opening details about the tragedy that left a Columbus teenager dead and 7 other people seriously hurt. The report helped county prosecutors conclude that no one knew the gondola arm was at fault and ready to break. You might remember the thrill ride was full of passengers on the fair's opening day when it broke, sending riders flying through the air. Video taken by a bystander shows the spinning ride in action, captured the moment it all came apart. This was back in July. It was eventually discovered that excessive corrosion within a support beam wore away the steel wall's thickness over years of time, and that caused the catastrophic failure. Tonight, team coverage on these new developments. NBC4's Sean Lanier is digging into the report itself, the details, all the witnesses, the victims, and the operator accounts on what happened on that first day of the fair. But we're going to begin with hearing from an attorney from one of the victims, a woman who's still in the hospital after the ride malfunction. NBC4's Rob Sneed is live at the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Yeah, Keziah Lewis, she's in the hospital tonight, still recovering from her injuries almost a month later. Now, as far as her attorney is concerned, he says that he is not surprised that criminal charges were not filed. A shocking scene that took everyone's breath away who watched it unfold. Just a month ago at the Ohio State Fair, the fireball broke. One of the 7 hurt, Keziah Lewis, saw her boyfriend, Tyler Gerald, fall to his death.
She's having a difficult time processing that. I mean, she was sitting right next to him, and to sort of wake up in the hospital and have to be told that, it's unimaginable.
NBC4 now just finding out the prosecutor isn't filing criminal charges in this case. One of Lewis's lawyers, Sean Alto, told NBC4 his feelings about this decision.
It's not a surprise at all. We sort of expected it all along. We saw this as a civil case from the very beginning.
He says he and his client are now ready to move forward with their lawsuit.
We have an opportunity to gather all the information that otherwise we haven't been able to get yet. The report that was released today by the Ohio State Highway Patrol, all the photographs, the videos, all the detailed investigation notes. Now we have an opportunity to really dig in.
As they continue with their investigation, he says his client has a long road of recovery ahead.
Keziah, for example, she's had 8 or 9 surgeries already. I think she's broken bones from in her feet all the way up to her head. I mean, she hasn't gotten out of the bed since she got to the hospital.
Now, Lewis's attorney tells me he is not sure how long she's going to stay here at this hospital. Now, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to NBC4 reporter Sean Lanier, who's live at the Ohio State Fairgrounds. And Sean, you had a chance to look over OSP's investigative report. Tell us, what did you find out?
Well, here's the 62-page investigative report that is about this fireball ride that is still here on the fairgrounds. In it, it outlines 2 interviews with former employees with Amusement of America, and they say they believe there were issues with the inspections and upkeep. An anonymous ex-worker for Amusement of America claims that things were not done by the book by his former employer. He states there were weekly issues with this particular fireball ride. He told investigators he's experienced everything from electrical issues, bent and damaged frames, and there was always something cracked. This anonymous man claims his former employer was known for patch jobs, and they were okay with the practice as long as it passed inspection. Another ex-employee, Franklin Rickman, who worked for Amusement of America for 2 years, supported those claims. He said, quote, he was told several times by Amusement of America's managers to repair issues with zip ties that needed a nut or bolt to be fixed properly, end quote. Rickman also added that it was common to paint over broken parts that were welded incorrectly. This caught the attention of investigators because of a picture taken by a bystander before the ride malfunction. It showed what appeared to be a crack in the gondola that broke off. Investigators asked everyone who inspected the ride if they noticed the crack, and also did they paint over a crack on the ride. All inspectors said no to both questions. And the Franklin County prosecutor also said that they did not have enough evidence to pursue a criminal case in this. Now, as for the Fireball ride that still sits here, the state will hold that until they get some word from Amusement of America so they can release it to them. Live on the fairground, Sean Lanier, NBC4.
Thank you, Sean. And you can count on NBC4 for continuing coverage of the deadly accident at the State Fair. We're going to keep you up to date on the victim's conditions and any new developments on air and online at NBC4i.com.